Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Welcome to a new video series that I'm creating. I'm starting right here, right now, called Why You Lose. In this video series, I want to go into real depth about the strategy behind League of Legends and taking games that I've played, my ranked games, my diamond ranked games, and really breaking down why I lose these games from a strategical level. Okay, not just like, oh, I made a misplay, oh, I did the blah blah blah, but what I should have been doing differently to win. Because I feel like you learn a lot more when you really look at you really nitpick stuff and you really focus on, okay, obviously this is bad, but why did this happen? What's really behind it all that we should change, that should be different? So I'm gonna chip and chop some clips together, and we're gonna break down this game specifically where I was playing Talia jungle, and why I lost this game. But first things first, I'm gonna set the scene for you guys. Okay. So at this point in the game, we're 9 minutes in, and we're playing pretty well. We've got a not a huge lead, but we have a decent lead. And basically things are just going pretty well for us. Kha'Zix is ganking topside here. He's going to die to the Darius. We've roamed around this bot side as well to try and maybe get a dive. If not, we can make a play for the dragon. You know, we're in control of this game. Things are looking pretty decent. Not too much to worry about right now. Moving on to the around 11-minute mark here, and I'm working my way topside for a cheeky little lane gank onto Galio. Snuck into this lane to try and get something going for this Darius. Try and catch up this Galio, who's definitely diveable. So I'm just playing it really patiently here, trying to get something on him. Unfortunately, I missed my seismic shove. If you've watched any of my gameplays on Talia, you'll know that is absolutely no surprise. But still, like I mentioned, he's diveable. We put some harass onto him, so Yasuo comes in here. And we are going to dive. We're going to finish him off doing easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're also going to get a work down here, a push down here, I should say, onto the tower, because we see in the bot side of the map, there's Kha'Zix going for a gank down here. So because Kha'Zix is down here, there's 3 in the bot side, there's 1 in mid lane. We've just killed the guy top lane. We know there's nothing stopping us getting this tower. It's first blood tower, which is obviously very valuable. So we take that one away, boom. Now we have over a 2,000 gold lead here. So we're going to get first blood tower. We're going to pick up this Rift Herald as well. And it's really going to set us up really solid for the future. So foot's on the gas pedal, not letting up, really setting up nicely for the rest of this game. Skipping forward a little bit to around 14.5 minutes into the game, Yasuo is taking on the role of the jungler here and is actually roaming down the bot side. So I'm going to hold his mid lane because this tower can go down, and we don't want to lose a tower for free, right? Obviously. So we're just holding this minion wave here, just going to clear it out, blah, blah, blah. And then something scary happens that you're going to see here. I get ganked by a bug. So jump away. We screw him up, and we actually get the outplay on the kill. Beautiful stuff. Now, if I were thinking faster here, look what I try and do to save myself. If I were thinking a bit faster there, I would have used that earlier and actually interrupted his ulti. It doesn't work. But more importantly here, rather than my outplay, which is sexy, don't get me wrong, it's sexy. But more importantly, they dedicate 2 people to the mid lane, 3 people to the bot lane. And so Darius, who picked up the Herald before, puts that Herald down, gets that tower, is going to get the inhibitor tower as well. 15 minutes into the game, we have a naked inhib in this top lane. Really beautiful stuff here. Doesn't quite pick up the kill onto Galio, but he tries. So things are looking pretty sexy right now, honestly. Not too much to cry about. He actually gets a kill. Good stuff, Darius, buddy. But, how do we go from winning to 1? The most important thing, guys, is to take a look at your team comps and see what the strengths are of your champions, so you can utilize them in the most efficient way possible, while also avoiding playing into the enemy's team comp. So I want to take a look specifically at what the enemy team has here. They have the Galio, they have the Karthus, and they have the Draven. Karthus and Draven do so much damage in team fights. They're about to hit their power spikes as well, like the 2-item Draven. And Galio is very good at facilitating these champions. So basically, we do not want to team fight them. But we also have, from our perspective, we have a very good split push team with Yasuo being able to do that, and also to an extent Darius too. We really don't necessarily need to group up if we want to win. We're ahead, so there are different ways we can try and win, but ideally we don't want to group up. So if we are going to go for the split push, especially since we know that we have this naked inhibitor over here, what you want to do is you want to pick up the jungle camps, you want to work those outer towers, but more importantly, you want to group up mid as 4 people over here, You want to put down some vision in the top side of the jungle, and it's important that it's the top side of the jungle because we want to protect someone who's going to be split pushing over here, either the Yasuo or the Darius. One person split push and works this inhibitor. We put this vision down here so that he's protected, and then we group up mid and we protect the mid lane. That's what we want to do. That's all we need to do. We work that split push. Once his inhibitor's gone down, then we rinse and repeat with the bot side, grouping up mid as well, getting picks where we can when we start stretching them thin. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, but important, we do not want to just mindlessly group up and fight them. Don't want to do that. Doesn't play into our strength. Not one bit. So, what do we do in this game? Well, absolutely none of what I mentioned. Basically, what we end up doing here is a dragon's about to spawn, and we try and contest the dragon. And this is a mistake for reasons you're seeing. So, we've kind of set up as if we know what we want to do. Yasuo's on the top side. He's going for that split push. But he shouldn't be doing the Krugs here. He should be split pushing. Or he should be grouping with us, but we go for the fight. We don't need to contest a Cloud Dragon. It's not important. We know they're really good in these team fights. We even have a chance to disengage right here, but we don't. So what happens? I'm inting because I'm going too close, as I tend to do on Talia. I try and turn them off with the wall, but even though all 5 of us are in here, Alistar is too tanky. Karthus has basically been zoned out the whole fight, but he just does too much damage. Draven as well. They're just so blooming strong. We don't pick up anyone in this fight. We lose 2 people, and Kaiser's been put down to like 1 health as well. Even though we're ahead in this game, as you can see, we're still slightly ahead in gold. No, we're not. But even though we're ahead in this game, it just does not play into what we want to do whatsoever. And we're basically just throwing away the game in that situation. We do not need to care at all about that Cloud Dragon. Let them take it. And then we work that top side, we work that inhibitor, because now we've lost that, we lost that team fight, and they're going to get the Baron here as well. So now we basically put ourselves in a situation where the game becomes incredibly hard for us to win. This is now at the 27-minute mark. About 10 minutes ago, we were pretty handily winning this game. And basically that one mess up kind of costs us this whole game to an extent. And I'm going to skip forward here because you're going to see again what happens. I mean, these guys are just so good at team fighting. At this point, obviously, we're really far behind. But all this enemy team needs to do is just group up and push and fight. They go in like this. I mean, Galio Flash is taunting me. My position is really terrible here. Should flash away, but we just don't stand a chance in this fight, really. Kai'Sa, who's our most consistent damage. Yasuo has been strong this whole game, but even he can't do anything. And we just get clean wipes. Like I say, not even, about 10 minutes after we were in the spot to win this whole game. It's all over, basically. So that is how you lose a winning game by not understanding how to actually play towards your win conditions and what it takes to win a game of League of Legends, funnily enough. Like I mentioned, we didn't want to do the stuff we did, and we played right into the enemy's hands. And the more conscious you are, the more aware you are of how your team works and your team comp works and how you want to play the game, the more success you'll find in League in general. This was a diamond game, like mid-diamond game, so the enemy team is better at punishing these kind of mistakes. But still, generally speaking, I would have won this game if I'd taken more control and just been like, okay, guys, don't do this. Do this instead. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But I hope you enjoyed this different kind of video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next.